Hello, here is another 30-minute yin yoga session. The only thing you might need is if you've got a bolster, like a yoga bolster, have that ready. If not, I'm just going to use two pillows. You might want more than two pillows, depending on how you feel. Sometimes after you've done it once, if you do it another time, you'll realize if you want more or less. We're just going to start by sitting comfortably. So you might want to sit on your pillows or cushions just to help elevate your hips. Just find a comfortable posture. Just roll back the shoulders, let the shoulders relax from the ears. And then just close your eyes. Breathe slowly in through your nose and out through your nose. Just take a few more slow breaths. Apologies if you can hear the work outside. And release. So the thing with yin is we're going to be holding poses anywhere between 2 and 5 minutes, and then sitting a lot of time with quiet. And the main thing is that we're slightly uncomfortable, but we're not in pain. So if you're going to be on the knees at the moment, if you find this uncomfortable on the knees, sorry, I didn't say this, but you might want to grab like pillows or cushions, or maybe even have your pillows underneath. Just come forward to all fours, spread your toes, sorry for my layers, tuck your toes underneath you, and then you can stay here. You can sit back a bit more, or you can sit up all the way. We're looking to feel the stretch to the bottom of the foot. Another option, if you want to be sitting up, but it's again too much on the knees, is you could add cushions or pillows underneath between the butt and the heels that would just help you sit a little bit higher. And then yin in all the poses, what we're aiming to find is slight discomfort, not pain. We're never going to be in any pain. So if you're in pain, you want to just move and manipulate your body into something that feels a bit more gentle for you. So if the position starts feeling good and then becomes pain, feel free to come out of it earlier than what I say. We're here for 2 minutes. And you'll see I've gotten rid of all the timers and stuff. So the goal is that you just try and maybe even close down your eyes. Just notice how it feels, notice any sensations, notice where you feel stretch. And yeah, you might want to do all or most of the class with eyes closed. In your last few breaths. And just release. Bring your hands forward again. Untuck the toes and just bang the feet into the floor. You can continue banging them into the floor, or maybe come and sit back as a child's pose, just to notice how that feels. What if you feel the sensations of like blood rushing back to the area stretched, or again, feel free to stay here, keep kicking out the feet. That was to release the bottom of the feet, now going towards the front of the ankles and the shins. So from here, again, if you want something for under your knees, you can have it. We're just going to either stay sitting, this now the feet aren't tucked under there, flat underneath you, or you can bring your hands behind you. An option for more is to lift your knees off. And you should feel that go into the front of your ankles, into your shins. If you find this uncomfortable, you can use your pillows to help hold you in this position. And the thing with all the in poses is we're aiming to relax as many muscles in the body as we can. So it's not just about the muscles that we're currently stretching. So you're trying to relax tension through the shoulders, the muscles in your face. So where normally we speak about having good posture in poses, the posture isn't so important as long as you feel comfortable that your muscles can relax. We do often tend to find that sometimes when you relax somewhere, you might find you tense up somewhere else. So check in with things like the muscles in your face. If you start clenching your jaw, clenching your teeth together. In the final few breaths. And release. Coming out of this. From here, just going to sit down on your bum and stretch your legs out in front of you. And just give your ankles a few rolls around, a few circles in one direction and a few circles in the other direction. Now, that was 2 quite intense stretches on the feet. It's really important for us to stretch the feet. We tend to be on them quite a lot with our entire body weight. And maybe keep rolling the ankles, or maybe just sit and stay. And again, just notice you might feel rushes of blood, might feel heat, maybe even coolness coming to the areas. So every time, once we do a pose, afterwards we have a counter pose, just to feel the sensations. We're coming into caterpillar pose. So here, stretching the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. The feet can be hip width or together. Lift your hips up and move the hips slightly back. You might want knees bent and possibly having some pillows underneath your knees to support it. But the first thing we're going to do is find a rounded back. So tuck in your chin and then hump your back, so round it so it's relaxed. And then from there, start to fold forwards. And it might be that you end up with support of your arms on your legs. You might have your arms on the floor. You might be able to lay completely flat. And you might want cushions underneath your legs or maybe on top of your legs to help rest on. Chin stays tucked. Shoulders relaxed. Relax the muscles in the front of the legs, your quads, your thighs. If you want, you can use your hands to support your head if your neck is straining. Or if you can, you just let the head be, let it hang floppy. Holding here for 5 minutes. So if and when you feel the muscles start to relax a bit, you may find you can ease in a little bit deeper. And the focus is also on the silence. So if you hear me not saying anything at all, it's not that I've forgotten. And we're over halfway. If you feel like maybe if we had, say, 2 cushions, maybe you want to get rid of one if it feels like you can go deeper. If you find yourself completely relaxed and comfortable, then you might be able to just move deeper into the pose. If you're still just on that edge of comfort, not quite totally comfortable, then stay exactly as you are. And then if it comes into pain, ease off. Slowly roll your way up. Leaving your transition slow. Bring your hands behind. Bend your knees. And just lift your hips up. Doesn't that need to be really high? You can have your chin tucked or you can relax your head. Feeling the counterbalance, the length of the back body, and a little bit of strength. As soon as you feel you need to, just taking a breath and slowly lower yourself down. So we've got one more pose. We're going to do 5 minutes on each side. So coming into a shoelace pose. So there's options. Your left leg can either be straight And you just tuck the right leg in, almost bringing knees towards one another, on top of one another, and you can stay here, upright, rounded, and maybe leaning forwards. Or you can also tuck in your left foot. And again, bringing knees roughly so they're stacked. You'll see from mine don't come close to being stacked. But for me, this is where I feel a great stretch in the side. And it's something you work towards. If you find you want to have the pillows underneath your butt, maybe underneath your knees, just to help support here, or underneath the bottom knee if it's uncomfortable on the floor. So use the pillows as you need. Again, left leg straight out will mean you probably feel a bit more the hamstring again. Tucking them in should mean you feel the side of the leg into the side of the bum. But the first thing is just tuck the chin. Relax your legs, relax your back, and then if you feel you want to, you can round your back and maybe even hinge forwards. But again, you might want to stay upright. Where else can you relax? You are about halfway. If you've got the left leg extended and you want to try tucking in, feel free. The only thing to ever think about is how it feels in your body. Never comparing what your shape looks like compared to mine. How does it feel? Be aware the whole time where you feel it. It often depends on where it's tight. And again, how much can you let go? One more breath. Next time you breathe in, just start to slowly unravel yourself. Help your knees bent on the floor, hands behind, and just start to drop your knees from one side to the other. Noticing, feeling. And gradually coming to stillness. Do the other side. Here you can have, which side do we do? Oh, no. So you have the right leg straight and the left leg over the top. Or if you want to, you can tuck the right leg in and have left leg over. And try and make sure both sit bones are down. And feel free if you want to be sitting on your pillows or having them under one butt cheek for more grounding. Not forcing your knees to be stacked on top of it, so they're not going there, as long as you're feeling the stretch down the outer edge of the leg going into the side of your hip. And then just tucking the chin, rounding your back so you're not having to use your muscles to support yourself. And potentially rounding and folding forwards. And clench your jaw. Notice if you're frowning. Let go through the head and neck. And you're over halfway. If you wanted to now tuck in your right leg if it's extended, or if you feel yourself then do want to move deeper into the pose, and you can. Just take 2 more really long, really slow breaths. And once you've done your 2 breaths, and take your time, start to slowly move yourself back up. And again, use your hands helping to untangle yourself. Hands behind. And again, just dropping these side to side. And then we finished in Shavasana, so that's just lying down. And again, just be still doing nothing, not stretching, not doing anything. It's really good, especially if we're very active or have busy lives. We tend to spend a lot of time almost going around with fight or flight and lots of cortisol and stress hormone. And this is really good for just bringing us back into a more relaxed state. So we're going to lie on our backs. You may want 1 or 2 pillows underneath your knees. Make your way slowly down. Turning palms up. Taking legs out wide and allow the feet to fall out to the side. If you're uncomfortable lying on your back, you can always roll over onto your side or come to another comfortable position. Take a slow breath in. And then open your mouth and audibly sigh the breath out. And then do it again. Take your time to breathe in, feeling the chest expand and the belly expand, keeping breathing in. And then again, open the mouth and sigh the breath out. Do it one more time. This time really noticing what happens in your body as you do that exhale. And just allow your breath to find its natural rhythm. And if you haven't already, naturally, you might like to close your eyes. And then if you would like to stay here for longer, please do. Just let the video finish. If not, take in a breath. And then slowly roll yourself over onto your left side. Using that as a transition, and you can stay there in the fetal position for as long as you would like. And whenever you are ready, use your hands and arms on the floor to help push yourself up until you're sitting. And when you get there, just thank yourself for taking the time. Take your time to slowly blink your eyes open.